I always thought having a chiseled jaw was down to genetics or having a low body fat percentage. However, according to Andrew Huberman, changes in our lifestyle, how we breathe, as well as jaw training, we can completely change the structure and appearance of our jaw.
Now there's the Jawzerciser is really big in Hollywood.
Jawzerciser?
Yeah, they have these like things where like
Bouncy mouthpiece. Those work?
They definitely work. It completely changes the structure of the face in just 2-3 months.
The benefits of a stronger jaw is not only aesthetics. Jaw training can help open up your nasal passageways, which promotes nasal breathing. This can reduce our exposure to foreign substances, improve our oxygen uptake, improve our immune system, and lower the risk of snoring and sleep apnea. But you're probably thinking, why do we need to train our jaw? Isn't that something we do naturally? Well, it's all due to the dramatic change in our diet and lifestyle depicted in the book Jaws by Sandra Kahn and Paul Ehrlich. In this book, they explain that we evolved eating tough, hard foods that naturally trained our jaw and facial structure. However, with the rise of soft processed foods, not only can we see a dramatic change in our facial structure, but as well as our physical health. In the book, they follow two identical twins. One grows up eating regular processed soft food, and the other grows up in the jungle eating hard, tough food, and their facial structures are completely different. So one of the kids has a strong jaw, high cheekbones, and a very aesthetic face, and the other kid has a small, weaker chin and more of a droopy appearance. So by training our jaw, we can not only look better, but we can breathe better and live better. So after hearing all the benefits, I jumped online, and even though they charge $39.99 for what equivocally look like 3.5 rubber balls, I thought I had to put this to the test. So for those of you wondering what $39.99 gets you for jaw training, got a 30, 40 and a 50-pound resistance. So they look like this, and you bite here, your teeth goes on the plastic part here, and you bite down, as so. The way this works is it works a muscle in our jaw called the masseter muscle, which is the muscle along here. We used to work it out years and years ago when we eat tough, hard foods. However, I think in today's lifestyle, very unlikely that we eat enough hard food. I know I personally don't. So the directions on the website say you only need to train for about 5 to 15 minutes a day, and you should see results within 2 to 3 months. So over the next couple of weeks, I started chomping down on my jaw toners. As someone who spends hours a day sitting in front of a computer, it was really easy for me to keep up with my training. I actually quite liked it. It kind of felt like chewing gum. But the one thing is, you do get a build-up of saliva in your mouth. Within 2 weeks, I'd already worked my way up from the 30 to the 40-pound ball trainer. And by the end of the month, even the 50-pound trainer was pretty easy. So I looked online for some more jaw training apparatus. I came across another website that had a 60-pound trainer, as well as some jaw training chewing gum. Okay, so these are the new jaw training apparatus I've been using. This is the jaw training chewing gum, and this stuff's just literally hard chewing gum, and yeah, I quite enjoy it. The one thing you do need to be aware of is chewing the gum just on one side, so I kind of sporadically change it from left to right, and it says on the box you're only supposed to chew for about 10 to 15 minutes every other day. And next up we have the 60-pound jaw trainers. As you can see, they look different to the other ones I have, and these ones actually go into the side of your mouth, like this. So I'll be honest, I used these for about 5 minutes and I started to feel like pain, or it felt like very uncomfortable and almost sore on my teeth. So I thought, I'm not going to use these, and I thought actually maybe it's a good idea to do a little bit of research, see if there's any negative effects of all this jaw training I'm doing before I go any further. And after a little bit of research, I did find 2 negative consequences people were experiencing from using these jaw trainers. Number 1 was teeth erosion. Apparently the excessive amount of chewing creates acid reflux, and the acid reflux can come up and erode the enamel of your teeth. And more worryingly, some people are experiencing TMD, temporomandibular disorder. So the TMD or the TMJ joint is the joint here at the top of your jaw, and there's a lot of people saying they've experienced pain and discomfort in this joint, and it's apparently really awful when that does happen. However, I did also look into recovery methods if you do experience TMD, and training your jaw was one of the recovery methods, so I don't really know what I think about that. However, if you follow the instructions like on the website and it says to train your jaw for 5 to 15 minutes every other day, I think you should be alright. Okay, so a quick change of subject, but I've been watching so many videos about jaw training, and this video with Zac Efron keeps coming up about his new jaw. I don't know if you've seen it, but his appearance has changed quite radically in the past year, and a lot of people are speculating that it's plastic surgery, but from all the research I've been doing, I've come up with my own hypothesis. So Zac says that he broke his jaw in 2013. He was running in his house and he slipped and bashed it on a coffee table. He said for the recovery process that he's been doing rehab for his jaw. However, recently he was away for a movie and he stopped doing the rehab, and basically his jaw doubled in size. This actually makes sense to me now. Now what I've learned about the masseter muscle here, if he stopped doing his rehab, that his chewing has changed and he may have inadvertently been using his masseter muscles. Put on top of that his physique transformations possibly performance enhanced. So yeah, I don't think he had plastic surgery. I think it was a combination of his jaw training and performance enhancers. Anyway, enough about Zac. Let's see if the 60 days of jaw training have led to any noticeable results in my jawline. So here's a video of me on day 1 and day 60 of my jaw training, and to be honest, I can't really see any noticeable differences apart from the first video, my ridiculous bed hair. I must have been in a real rush to film that first video there. So to be really thorough, I've actually pulled up 2 YouTube videos, one that I filmed before I started my jaw training and my most recent video, and I think I can actually maybe notice a little bit of difference. I really can't tell anymore. I've looked at these pictures for so long. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So it's time for my final thoughts on jaw training. So despite all the horror stories about people messing up their TMD or the enamel on their teeth, for me, regular jaw training does kind of make sense. So thinking about my diet as I made this video, I do eat a lot of soft food, smoothies, fruit, yogurt, oatmeal. So I think for me personally, implementing a little bit of jaw training is probably beneficial. I do feel like my jaw does feel stronger and I do feel like my airways feel better. I've been suffering from sinusitis for a couple of years, and I've pretty much tried everything there is to clear it. So if by continuing to train my jaw I can improve my nasal passageways, it's worth to continue trying for me. I've also recently implemented mewing as well as mouth taping when I sleep. However, I haven't been doing that long enough to discuss it yet on video, but I'm hoping to see improvements in the future. Anyways, that's going to be it for another video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.